Hello. Good evening. How's everybody doing tonight? Woo-hoo. Good. Woo-hoo. I usually like to do a quick little chant before I start every program. So can I get a books?
Books, books, books.
Can I get a books?
Books, books, books.
Oh, thank you. Everybody's so good at chanting. Yeah, so
Pretty good crowd, right?
Yeah, excellent crowd. Thank you. So who's heard of Hot Ones? Okay, good. Good. So for those of you who don't know about Hot Ones, usually there is a really cool celebrity. Today's celebrity is Tony Brown. He's the city administrator for Waukesha. Thank you so much for coming in. I'm just going to give you guys a quick order of operations. So I'm going to name the sauce, and then I'll ask a question, and then we're just going to try the sauce together. So we're all going to experience the heat together. The sauces get more and more hot, so just be careful. Please, pardon me. Please, if the sauce is too hot for you, stop. Understand your body, and if you need to stop, that's okay. Don't touch your face when you're eating sauces, because the sauces will burn your skin a little bit. Please make sure to have some milk nearby. We also have milk. Thank you, Paige. Paige has the milk. We also have yogurt in the fridge. We have coconut milk for those who are vegan. We've got a lot of dairy products. We're going to make sure you cool down if you need to. We're doing it safely today. We're a safe library. Yeah, oh, also, when you're tasting the sauce, make sure to put the sauce on your tongue first, and then follow it up with a cracker if you need it. Yeah, so just don't be silly. Please make sure to treat this carefully, but have fun. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. You ready? You ready,
Yes.
Tony? Yeah, so Tony, who are you?
Who am I? I'm Tony. I'm the city administrator. I've been with the city for a little over the year. The mayor likes to refer to November 20th all the time because that's when I started in 2023.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So what do you do?
That's a very good question. My wife even sometimes asks me what I do. So what I do is I oversee kind of the day-to-day operations of the city. So if you think about a private business, it's kind of like a chief operations officer.
Oh.
So that's kind of what I do.
Not the CEO, but the
COO.
COO, the cool.
The cool.
Cool. Oh, that's cool.
Oh, I like how you
That's
did that. Yeah.
That's cool. Oh, I am so sorry. We forgot to take a sauce.
Oh, we didn't.
So,
did we?
number one, we're going to start with number one. This one is from Flower Girl and Flame. Just a heads up, it is Wisconsin based. So, Wisconsin-owned business. Number one, we're going to try it.
So what are we doing? Are we scooping with the crackers?
Yeah.
That's what we're doing?
You're going to scoop with the cracker
Okay.
and go tongue first.
Oh, I swallowed it right away.
Oh.
I didn't.
Mm-hmm. How's the spice level?
I can't even taste it.
Oh, yeah. It's kind of, it's like honey, but it's just
It's
a
like
little,
honey, but just with a little spice to it, man.
it's like it high-fived you, just a little bit.
So why don't we high five?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Get all the high fives. So can you tell us about your experience as a city administrator?
Yeah, so I started out going to school at UW for my master's in public administration. And during that program, I interned with the City of Waukesha. And from there, I got hired full-time and worked with the city administrator for probably like 7 years, around that. And then went up to the Fox Cities and was a town administrator there in the Fox Cities.
Where's that? Yeah,
Yes. So that's like Appleton, Menasha, Neenah, kind of that area. And I came back down here and started working for Port Washington. Worked there for a number of years as a city administrator, and then came here. Was fortunate enough to get hired to come here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Nice. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, cool. So we're gonna take the next one. cracker in hand, we're gonna do number 2.
What's number 2?
Number 2 is called Yellow Bird. So this is a sriracha with a blue agave. We're gonna try some of it. Tongue first, here we go. Oh, that's kind of delicious, I like that one.
You like sriracha?
Yeah, I like sriracha, it's
I
kind of
really like
sweet,
sriracha.
kind of spicy.
Yeah. What do you guys think?
I like number 2.
Number 2?
You do? Yes, it's
She likes number 2.
Yeah, number 2 is good. So what does a day look like for you?
A day for me, no day is really the same, but a lot of it is being in meetings. So it could be a meeting with alders. It could be meeting with department directors to talk about different projects or different issues that came up during that day. So that's a big piece of it, but also another big piece of it is, so we adopted a strategic plan last year.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, and we're going through the process of making sure that we're actually implementing it. And it's kind of scaffolding out how we do that. So one of the things that we're doing is we have 4 strategic priorities, and there is a work group for each of them that has members of different employee groups from across the city. So we kind of get a flavor for all of that. And I think it also helps bring kind of what we're trying to do at the city level down to the departmental level.
Okay. So what does that look like for everyday people? Like how does the strategic plan, oh, I'm sorry. The microphone is a little weird. How does that impact like everyday people?
I think it would depend on what it is. I mean, one of the kind of big efforts this year is we're trying to do a quarterly report that focuses on not only the strategic plan, but financially how we're doing, and then also talks a little bit about employee experiences in terms of retention, recruitment, things like that. Because my hope is that the more we can talk about that and how we're doing, the more kind of employees understand what we're trying to accomplish.
Oh, nice. I'm
What are
sorry.
you doing over
I
there?
don't know. It's my magnetic field. Like I have this weird way of affecting technology sometimes, so it just gets a little weird. We might be too close, or maybe it's the microphone. There we go.
The microphone on the microphone.
Yeah, the microphone's mic.
Are your this mic and that mic, are they both on?
Yeah, they have different systems though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it could be that microphone or wherever the speakers are.
You're right under the speaker.
Oh. Well, then I'll be very careful. I'm just gonna stay still with this. How about that? Yeah. Okay, it sounds good. It sounds good. We'll just eat sauces like this. We're gonna
Hold
go.
on, we're like super stiff, like we can't even move.
No,
We can only move our arms, we can't move our heads at all.
Try to get the next cracker. I can do this.
I can't do
Okay, number 3.
it. Oh, hold on, I got you.
Oh, thank you. Number 3 is called ketchup, please. It's
Ketchup,
awesome.
please.
Yeah, you like ketchup?
Oh, ketchup, it's the best.
It's the best marriage between fries, and guess what? They're locally owned.
A little zing, but not too much.
I think that one's a little bit more vinegary.
Yeah, I don't know.
It doesn't compare against
We
Heinz.
should have had fries.
Maybe next time.
Oh.
If we get a bigger budget, we should try sauce with fries. Yeah, they give me $5. I'm like, here you go, Corey. I'm like, okay, I'll find some sauces for you. We'll talk to the city administrator. It'll be a good time. Yeah. So why does your job matter?
I think my job matters because I think of it somewhat like a train conductor. So it's all the pieces, fitting all the pieces together and figuring out how they fit together, and then kind of helping people get the resources they need to accomplish the things that we want to. So I'd say that's the biggest thing. And then the other thing I would say is that my job matters because on some level I'm a conduit then between the council and employees too. So it's helping kind of translate the policy decisions they make to what we do on a day-to-day basis.
Ooh, yeah, and I know for my job, policy has a
You guys love policies.
Okay, no, we love
Yeah,
policy,
yeah,
yeah. Because, so at the library, we have the library's policy with, dealing with patrons, but we have the city policy and how that affects us, so like, you're making moves in policy, so we get to hear about it, and like, I love the meetings, because it's like we're being included in
Yeah.
what's going on at the city, so that's just my take on the, what's going on.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. Number
Four.
Number 4. Oh, shucks, my cracker.
Oh,
My cracker got a.
You got number
PC.
4 and number 8.
Oh dear. Well, we'll just figure it out. Number 4 is called Lola's Fine Hot Sauce. All right, I'm gonna take a hit of that.
I might really like that one.
Yeah. The Mike likes number 4.
I think that's the first one that's kind of hot.
Yeah. The other ones were more like a high five, little spice, but
Yeah.
this one, it's getting up there. So what's the hardest part of being a city administrator?
I think probably one of the harder parts is trying to get people at a departmental level to understand kind of citywide and have a citywide perspective, which I get because you work for a department and you believe in the mission of that department, especially like somewhere like the library.
Yeah.
But how do some of the broader things that we're trying to accomplish fit into that? And then allocating resources accordingly. So I think that's one of the harder things. Probably another piece is knowing that you're not going to make everyone happy. So if you're a people pleaser, a city administrator is not a job for you. Because in the end, I figure a lot of times if people come away and there's like different sides of, I'll use this example. If 2 departments are working together and we're trying to figure out a compromise for them to better collaborate, if both of them walk away somewhat dissatisfied, I figure I did my job pretty well.
Wait, so if they walk away dissatisfied?
Right, because otherwise it's like picking winners and losers. I don't think about it like that. I think about it as how can we figure out to achieve the goals we're trying to achieve, but in a way that allows for some compromise on both sides.
Yeah, oh, sorry, my microphone. Sorry. That's a good point. There we go. Because, we have a lot of departments in our city, so just working with them, making sure everybody's heard can be really hard.
Really hard.
So hard. I always think of like when Parks and Rec, has anybody seen Parks and Rec? There's always some sort of, yeah, that's right. Yeah. So in Parks and Rec, there's always some weird feud going on between the library and the Parks and Rec department. And that's not always true. I mean, sometimes we might step on each other's toes, but, sometimes we do need the city administrator to help us compromise and everything. So that's a fun time.
I don't
Yeah.
know if it's a fun, but it's a time.
It's a time.
Yeah.
It's a city time.
Yeah, very time.
We'll have each other in for a hot talk. Like
A hot talk.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I should call from now on. Like when I'm putting the meeting invite out, put a hot talk.
Hot talks, yeah.
By Corey.
Yeah, so they can bring in their hot opinions too.
Oh, that was good.
I'm so sorry. I'll show myself out. Yeah, so we're gonna move on to number 5. Number 5 is, I think it's some sort of avocado. It's from the group Herdez Avocado. It's the green one. Oh, wait a second. It's thinking about it.
I know, it's like slowly warming up.
Yeah, this one, it didn't arrive at the party initially, but it's on its way.
Oh, it's
It's on its way.
It's on its way.
It's thinking about it, so we're at number 5, which is right here. So what projects?
Nope.
Oh, shucks. So what's the most fun part of being city administrator?
The funnest part is probably working with the different departments, because every single day is somewhat different. And I think the part that I like most is I'm always learning about new stuff. Because there's different people who are very proficient and good in their field, so I'm able to learn a lot of things from them. So I think probably the biggest part of my job that I think anybody who's an administrator has to do is be adaptable, curious, and kind of always looking out for what's the next best thing we need to focus on.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. There we go, we'll just keep it over there. Can you guys hear me over here? Okay, cool. So what projects, oh, I'm so sorry, number 6. We're gonna try sauce number 6. Number 6 is hot ones. It's supposed to be 5 out of 10, it's verde, so it's a green sauce.
5 out of 10, what does that mean?
Yeah, so that means it's like a nice
5
little.
out of 10 spices.
5 out of 10 spices.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a nice midway.
What do you think?
I think it's okay. It's a little spicier than number 5.
You
But
think it's
I
a
would-
little spicier?
A little spicier, just a smidge.
This is Coach.
A smidge. An ounce. So what projects are you looking forward to?
I think one of the projects I'm looking forward to is, so later this year, we'll be doing an engagement survey
Ooh.
to figure out kind of relative to the experience employees are having, where do we fit in there, what's the things that they like, what's the things we can improve on. And I think probably the exciting part is taking that and figuring out what we can do to make this place even better than it is.
Yeah, I like being an employee at Waukesha. It is a lot of fun, so if there are any open positions and you're interested, I do strongly suggest that you go for it. And I like that you guys have the employee survey going on. Is that what it's called? Oh,
We
engagement.
can call it that, yeah, an employee survey, that works.
Engagement.
Yeah.
The cool survey. It's gonna be a cool survey because that's a really good way of getting people heard.
Yeah,
Yeah. Let's do it.
let's do it.
Yeah. Yeah, so these are my opinions. No.
I had them here already, I was just gonna scoot it over after this was over.
Right, since you brought it up. Yeah. Yeah. So we're gonna go into number 7. Oh, so number 7. All right, so that one's called Belizean heat. It's a habanero pepper sauce.
No, we're good.
All right, we're going tongue first. Oh, I've got a no in the back, no?
Yeah. Oh, you should see the faces.
The spice is good, the flavor of the,
You're not feeling the flavor?
not the flavor, but the spice is okay.
Yeah, the spice, oh, you're.
Oh,
The spice
just
is
hit
good.
me.
I like how you say that. The flavor's a little vinegary, but this is good.
Oh, it's hit me.
Yeah. Well, if you do need like a parachute, we've got a yogurt, we've got some milk, but not water, just a heads up. So most sauces, sorry, I had to take a moment. Most sauces are made with oil, so if you drink water and oil, they don't mix. So I strongly endorse getting something with full fat, like whole milk, yogurt, coconut milk. There we go. Coconut milk is a good one. Ice cream. Ice cream sounds nice right now. Yeah, ice cream.
Can we have ice cream at the next one of these?
Oh, we do have ice cream at the end of this. Oh, wait, that was a surprise. It's the spice. The spice is getting to me. Just a heads up, we will have a nice treat for everybody. Just ice cream.
Can I ask you a question?
Oh, yeah, questions are good.
What do you like about working for Waukesha?
Ooh. So, this is like my first real gig.
Yeah.
So what I like the most is that the people here are very receptive to answering questions. I have a lot of questions. I'm a librarian. People come to me with questions, but I give them right back.
Yeah.
I have company questions. So the HR department They've been excellent with answering questions about, like, hey, how do I get married? I mean, not necessarily how do I get married.
What does it mean if I get married to my benefits?
Right, right.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
does getting married mean to my benefits? Or I like asking the director questions about the job. Like, how does, what kind of programs can I have? Or like even my manager, she's really great. She's been great with like telling us like what we can do with our programs. Or, oh man, did I tell you guys about the Leading Waukesha class? That one was good.
Oh, yeah, tell them about it.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Is that like a secret?
Oh, no, it's not a
Good.
secret.
I'm really bad at
Yeah.
secrets.
Yeah.
So there is a class that city employees can take. It's called Leading Waukesha. And so they'll have a bunch of employees and we can meet other, sorry, the spice is just in my mouth.
Employees from different departments,
Yeah.
right?
Employees from different departments, we all come together. We do a group project, we do a service project as well. We learn how to be a better employee, how we can like help our communities a little bit more. So I think it's a really enriching job because it's not every day that you get to hear, oh hey, I just met up with somebody who's totally outside of my department.
Yeah.
So that's one of my favorite things. Just the engagement, being able to like learn. Ooh, that's one of the best things.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So you should all work for the Waukesha. Waukesha's great.
Yep, and tell all your friends.
I'm not paid to say that. I mean, I am paid.
We are both paid to say it.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
But even as a person in my time off, I will tell you that working for Waukesha is pretty great. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and at the library we all have like snacks every now and then, so snacks are good. Another.
Everybody loves snacks.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like those timeshare meetings, but working for the city of Waukesha.
Oh,
Whereas
yes.
in the past office. Good, work for Waukesha.
That's right. That's right. Just gonna lure you all into working for us. It's gonna be a good time.
It'll be awesome.
So what's the pay like?
We'll have that chat after the meeting.
Oh,
With the special sauce that we couldn't put on the listing.
Yeah, special sauce.
Yeah. So we're gonna hop in to sauce number 8.
Number 8.
Number 8 is called Scorned Woman.
Uh-oh.
You can find this at Woodman's. Oh, and if it helps, sauces 1 through, I believe, 6 were found at Meijer, but sauces 6 through 10 were found at Woodman's. Yeah, so that one is definitely a slow burn. It'll give it time, let it sit in your mouth for a little bit. You know, do a little meditation about what you've done. Go
Go to a corner.
Where's that ice cream?
Yeah, maybe think about getting some milk. Actually, I think I might just. I might have a little
You might
syrup.
need a little sip.
There you go, just so I can power through number 8 and 9. I mean 9 and 10, because those get really intense. So what makes Waukesha different from other cities?
What makes it different? I would say the amount and level of people who are seemingly committed to this community and voice that. I think it's fantastic, right? Because I think that's maybe part of a societal thing that's lacking on some level, is being apathetic. And that's certainly not the case here. This last election, I think it was something like 95% of people in the city voted, which that's outstanding.
Oh.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, that's amazing.
Right. So I think that the other thing is that immediately comes to mind is, hold on. Is Parks and Recreation. The number of parks that we have, I think we have 50 different like green spaces. It comes out to like what is it? It's 1,147 acres.
Nice.
And then we have over 1,000 programs that are offered on any given year.
Oh, Oh, that's
So
big.
not only are people engaged, but they have tons of opportunities to do cool stuff.
Does that programming include the programming here at the library, or is that just
It
like
does not include the programming at the library.
So that's the parks alone.
The parks
Oh,
alone.
wow.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, because I don't know if anybody has it, but there is a park and rec guide at the desk. I do love receiving them every season because there's something for children to do, there's something for teens and adults, and there's something for seniors. Like, we got a little bit of everything. We got a little bit of
Can I
everything.
tell you this? We have to get you everywhere because like you're doing all the plugs for different things and I love it.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, one of the parts of my job is just like, hey, I don't have this resource, but I know somebody who does.
Yeah.
I can find somebody for you.
Resourceful.
I can like email
Loves
somebody.
learning.
Yeah, maybe
Curious.
a phone call. Yeah, it's a fun time here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all good. So definitely check out the Parks and Rec guide if you get a chance.
Where is it again?
It's at the front, the front desk is where the Parks and Rec guide is. They have free programs as well. Thank you.
Did you say free?
FREE. It's free. It's free.
Oh, it's free.
Yeah, the best word after. Free. Yeah, best word. All right, so number 9, we are in end game. Number 9 is called African Ghost Pepper.
Oh, man.
So I'm not sorry. So let me know.
I have surrendered.
I'm kind of scared, but
You were, all you.
What number did you get up to?
I
yeah,
tried
it's
7.
good for a
Hey,
second.
you want to give it a moment?
It was rough. I
Yeah.
struggled.
African Ghost Pepper. Also available. No, I can do this. Okay,
You got it. Ah, you don't got this.
Bring us in.
I like spice, but I am kind of a big baby sometimes.
Yeah.
So, can you tell us about a book you recommend about city administration, or even your favorite book, or any book?
Hold
We're in a
on.
library. Oh, do you need a moment? You take a moment. Here, you got this.
Book. Wow, it's like your brain stops working. It's like really-
We gotta work on that.
A book I just started reading is called, what is it called? 5 Types of Wealth. It talks about financial, social, mental, physical, I forget what the 5th one is. But it's kind of just talking about like how to live a good, well-balanced life and treat other people right. So highly recommend it. So far it's good. For city administration, a book to read might be Walkable Cities. So it talks all about how pedestrian activating places with pedestrians kind of helps a lot of different things in terms of just making sure that the environment's safer for not only pedestrians, but also for people who are traveling in vehicles.
Ooh. That sounds good. Does it talk about like accessibility too?
Accessibility too?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Talks about that as well.
Accessibility is wonderful.
Yeah.
Mhm. Keeping things where everything is accessible. So sorry. But I'll have to check out this book. It sounds
should.
like, yeah, it sounds like something we might have available at our library, so I'll look into it.
You guys do have it.
Oh, we do have it. Oh, wait, did you check it out from here, or did you just like purchase it?
I just checked because I was curious.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's available at our library.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if we don't have it on our shelf, because somebody checked it out, please feel free to place a hold.
That's
Place a
fine.
hold on it, and we'll get the next copy available. That's available.
Okay. So if you guys don't have a book available, you can place it on hold or get it from another library?
Yes, yes. So if we don't have the book available, we'll start with getting it from another library who has a copy on their shelf. It'll hang out in transit, goes on a nice van.
There's
the
something
van's nice.
entertaining about the way you explain that because it seems like almost like the book gets up off the shelf with its 2 legs and starts walking.
Oh, no, the book doesn't get off a person, a human being.
Oh.
A nice library worker from like either Brookfield, Sussex, Elm Grove, McGuanago, Muskego. We've got 24 libraries in our county, just a heads up. Oh, and the libraries in Jefferson. Somebody will pluck that book off from the shelf. They'll put it in a bin. The bin gets picked up. The bin goes into the truck. The truck takes it to the library. The person in the library will take it out from the bin. We'll check it in, and then it goes onto the shelf.
Or the locker.
Or the locker,
Oh,
yes.
there's
yes.
lockers too?
There are lockers too. The
Can
lockers
you tell
are
us
right
about the
outside.
lockers?
The lockers are new, and they're one of my favorite things too. So say if you can't get into the library, can't get inside, or you just want to do a quick run and run out, you can use the locker. We'll send you some sort of code to unlock the locker. You'll pick up your book, and then you'll go home or somewhere else. You'll go somewhere nice, hopefully, to read your book. Yeah. And it's especially good for people who have young kids, because what if they just want to run and grab the book and then go, or even people who are just really, really busy.
Yep.
You can
After
just go
hours.
and plug it. Yeah, after hours. You can grab the book at 3 in the morning. Why not? It's your time. You've got time to pick up the book. You go pick up the book. It's fun. I'm sorry, the spices one. It's just sticking around. Yeah. I'm glad I
Should
had
we try
that.
number 10?
We're going to try number 10.
Let's do it.
So we're going to try number 10. It's called El Yucateco. It's habanero and ghost pepper. So please taste with caution.
That has a good flavor and a great kick.
Good flavor on a great kid?
That was good.
Yeah, did I hear smoky?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
so
good.
it's smoky.
Nice balance.
Mm-hmm.
And a rising.
Hello, heat.
And a rising heat.
Yeah, just like a book, which has rising conflict. The structure of
Hopefully
the
not
book.
walkable cities though.
Yeah. But hopefully not walkable cities. All right, so I've got 2 questions for you. What was your favorite sauce out of the ones that you tasted?
I think Scorned Woman.
Yeah, that one's pretty good. Yeah.
What was your favorite sauce?
I kind of like Herdez avocado and the Hot Ones verde sauce, just because it's right in the middle. It's not too hot, not too spicy. It's got a little bit of flavor, so that's pretty good. But also the hot honey, that one is pretty good.
I'm trying to think, what would you have hot honey on?
I would have.
What would you guys have hot honey
Yeah.
on?
Pizza.
Ribs.
Pizza?
Chicken.
Ribs.
Chicken.
Chicken?
Ribs.
Chicken sounds good.
A little salmon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full information disclosure, whatever you call it, there was an 11th sauce. I have it for you to take a picture tonight, so if you'd like to take a picture of our 11th sauce, please feel free to do so. Ooh, Paige has it in her hand. Oh, you do an excellent Van of Light. You were doing great.
What's the 11th sauce?
Yeah, so the 11th sauce is Dave's Gourmet Carolina Reaper.
Oh.
So that one is about 1 million Scoville, and the reason why it didn't make the list is because it's dangerous and it's scary. And it hurt my feelings.
It hurt your
It
feelings?
hurt my feelings.
There's a story there.
Yeah, I think I can usually handle a sauce, but that one, I think I might have told you about that one in passing. That one is like a bunch of cute little scorpions just pinching your tongue. They're trying to get at you, but they're so adorable, but they're just getting your tongue. So when the time came to tell my manager about this one, I asked her, do we need a liability waiver for this one? Because it's really hot. And she says, let's just hold off on
Let's
it.
just not do that
Not
one.
today, because we're doing a safe, pardon me, a safe city program. So feel free to take a picture of that if you'd like. And try it at home on your own. Try it at your own pleasure. Yeah. So, who should we interview next?
Who should you interview next? You guys should do Bruce.
Ooh, Bruce, yeah. So Bruce is the director of the library. He's been the director. I'm sorry, it found its way to my throat. I was doing so good. So Bruce is the director of the library. He's been the director for like, I'm gonna say, either 5,
I think it's 6
or
years.
6 years. He's been here for a little while, so a good while though. He's great. He does a lot of the policy changes. He tells us about our strategic plan. We talk about how we can like help out with that as our department. Yeah, so he's a fun time. So maybe we'll get him in here to try either hot sauce or we can reformulate the program with something
No,
else.
I think you should do hot sauce.
Hot sauce, yeah. Yes. You know what? I'd do this again.
Or
Yeah.
another good one would be Chief Thompson.
Ooh, Chief
Yeah.
Thompson
Yeah,
from
yeah.
is he the
Police chief.
Police chief?
Yep.
Oh,
I would love
that
to
gets
see
exciting.
Yes, that would be
Very
hilarious.
great.
Yeah. All right. I'll write his name down before I forget. Cause like I've seen him around, I'm like him, that guy.
Yeah,
That guy. All right. So we're gonna open up to questions. I'm gonna come to you, and then you can ask the question. Just go ahead and raise your hand if you have any, and if you need a moment because the spice is hot.
Or do you just want people to yell it out? And we'll repeat it.
Oh, come right.
Oh, there.
I haven't thought I talked loud enough that I told you.
Oh, the mic is because we have a hearing unit.
Oh,
So
do we?
He has a hearing unit.
Anthony, do you need? All good.
But you can hold it if you'd like.
I was just curious, out of all the cities you've worked in, because you've worked in a lot of places around the state, why come to Waukesha?
Well, I come to Waukesha. I think the biggest thing for me was that it was a different type of challenge. And also it was kind of a career progression piece. And there was a component to it as well that I grew up in Appleton, and there is a shockingly amount of similarities to Appleton here. So it was kind of like being home on some level. So I'd say those are predominantly the reasons why.
Hi, my name is Bob, and
Hey, Bob.
I lead a walking group for the Parks and Recs Department. And we walk all over primarily for the health benefits, but also to learn the storied history of Waukesha. Waukesha does have a storied history. And one of the places we used to walk to and in and through was the former City Hall, which is City Hall number 3. And in that City Hall, there used to be just a whole bunch of historic photos and paintings and things that told the story of Waukesha. Since the new City Hall has been built, which is City Hall number 4, a few of those photos are up on the walls in the hallways, but most of the ones that were in the old City Hall, not only in the hallways, but also in the former City Council building, are not on the walls. I'm wondering, are there plans to mount those photos and paintings that were in the old City Hall in the new one, in the halls of the new City Hall, or have they been thrown out?
They have not been thrown out. There is a room in City Hall that has a lot of them. I think probably the challenge with that is there's not enough wall space, at least at the lobby level, to put a lot of that stuff back up. But if you were to go up to like the second floor, there is a lot of community development or planning related things, engineering related things that are kind of historical documents that are on the wall. The cool thing that the city does is help me Alicia, I think it's every so often. So there's a public arts committee that's meeting right now, and every 2 to 3 months they switch out the pictures that are up. And it could be working with the schools, it could be working with some other nonprofit on putting some of their pictures up. So it is kind of meant to be a revolving galley that has pictures that are coming in and out from time to time. In saying that, we do try to circulate through the historical pictures and paintings and portraits that you're referring to.
if you're looking for the presentation on those, when they do switch them out, Beth Molson is currently the alderperson that serves on that committee. She does a little presentation going through each one of the pieces of art that's up to give just a little bit more information, which might be helpful for you if you want to walk through City Hall.
So
and
we
see.
should visit more often and see what's changed.
Absolutely.
You should.
Yeah.
You definitely should.
Good advice, thank you.
Ooh, more questions?
I'm wondering what the role of the city administrator is when the city budget is being set.
Sure, that's actually one of, I would say, my primary functions, and I kind of geek out on budgets because I really like them. So my role in it is I am the one who, working with the finance director, puts the annual budget together that ultimately goes to the finance committee. So what we'll do at the start of that process is, or what we have started doing, is we'll put together a cost to continue. And what that means is we go through and we say, out of all the services that the city provides, making some assumptions about expenditure growth, revenue growth, what does a 5-year period look like for, now it would be 26 or 25 through 5 years out. And then we use that as kind of a baseline to determine what do we actually have to do in terms of the budget. Is there a projected surplus? Is there a projected deficit? And then from there, we develop kind of what is the priorities and criteria, getting input from alders, from the mayor, from departments about different initiatives that they have. And then we develop the budget over probably about 3-4 months. It seems though like we're in like a budget cycle all year round. And then it goes to, once we put it together, that's kind of considered the executive budget. And then it goes to finance, and the finance committee reviews all of the different departmental budgets, and they actually come up with what's called the proposed budget that goes to the council for adoption. So typical budget process from beginning to end is roughly beginning of June till roughly mid-November. So that is, I mean, I consider that probably the most significant thing that not only the council but staff does on an annual basis.
Questions?
Oh.
Hey Tony, I really love all the work you've been doing. What do you think the strategy is going to be? And I might be simplifying this, but
Yeah.
we're in a period with flat revenues and rising costs. What do you think the biggest challenge is going to be to the city and keeping its programs and services during that time?
Yeah, that's probably one of the bigger things, probably the biggest thing that we have to grapple with as a city. So when I talked about that cost to continue, what it projects is that for 2026, the city has a structural deficit, and on the amount only increases in 2027. So one of the goals that, working with the council, that we've set is that we're trying to get 2 years ahead of whatever the projected deficit is. So for example, 26 and 27, we have kind of figured out in terms of balancing the budget. Now to do that, there is going to be some trade-offs that have to be probably discussed. And I think we're at kind of a point where there are still opportunities to identify ways in which we can still maintain the services that the city provides. But sooner or later, we're going to get to a point where there is not a whole lot of options in terms of maintaining the services relative to the funding that we have available. So at some point, there probably will be discussions about changing service levels. And I think as part of that, it's going to be engaging the community to understand What are the priorities in terms of services that everyone's come to expect and would like to see moving forward as well? I think another component of that I would encourage all of you to do is the state of Wisconsin has the strictest levy limits, property tax levy limits in the state of Wisconsin. And what that means is that on an annual basis, the only way the city can raise the property tax levy is by the amount of new development. And to kind of put that into perspective, so 1% of new development in the city equates to about $80 million in additional property value. And then what that means for our budget is that we have about $525,000 of additional revenue on about an $82 million budget. So let me say that again, $525,000 on an $82 million budget. So you can imagine that revenues and expenditures, when the growth for revenue is kind of going like this, and expenditures is going like this, that creates a problem. So I think the biggest thing that would be helpful in terms of kind of residents, if there's a desire to maintain services at the level they are now, to talk to your legislators about how the property tax levy limits really create constraints on municipalities' ability to do what they do. But I would take it a step further and say it limits the ability for us to make decisions at a local level about what we actually want to pay for in terms of services.
Any additional questions? Going once, going twice?
So,
Oh, ice cream time! Well, thank you all so much for coming in today. I really appreciate it. I had thought about this idea all the way back in July, and just to see it happen is amazing. So thank you all so much for coming in. And maybe we'll do it again. Maybe we'll get the police chief in, or maybe we'll see if we can get the fire chief in. We're gonna get all the chiefs in, the directors, everybody. So thank you so much, and please help yourself to some ice cream. Thank you. Have a nice night.
Thank you.